Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news. A tense situation is under investigation right now near Chaffee, North Dakota. Police had a perimeter set up at the corner of County Road 6 and 145th Avenue Southeast, but just told us about 5 minutes ago that the perimeter has been taken down. The details are very slim right now, but we do know that it was a domestic situation. Police say that no arrests were made and that there is not a threat to the public. This is a developing story. We have a reporter there now working to gather more details. Stay with us here on Valley News Live and our website, valleynewslive.com, for the latest. There are still no charges filed in the case of a potential Fargo kidnapping from over the weekend. Fargo police took to social media Saturday afternoon, hoping to help find 33-year-old Kristen after she told her brother that she was taken by her 41-year-old ex-boyfriend, Matthew Hansen. Police later safely located both Hedervig and Hansen in rural Barnes County. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with friends and family members of both people today to try and piece together what happened. She joins us live now in the studio with the latest. Bailey?
Melanie, police say at the time officers took the kidnapping report, they believed there was a great likelihood that Kristen Hedervig was in imminent danger. However, when officers finally located both Hedervig and her ex-boyfriend Matthew Hansen, Hedervig denied going back with police and instead stayed with Hansen. Now, both she and Hansen took to social media later Saturday night, assuring friends they were both okay, saying the incident was a, quote, misunderstood situation. Friends and family I talked with today say Hansen and Hedervig have been broken up for about a year, adding it hasn't been the healthiest breakup, but they all tell me they never thought the couple's problems would get to this level. Hansen's family tells me it's completely unlike him to kidnap anyone, saying he's a man with good intentions and they don't know how the situation escalated so far. As of right now, Fargo police say their reports have been sent to the state's attorney's office to decide if there will be any criminal charges filed in this case. Melanie?
Bailey, thank you. Meanwhile, a game of quarters ended with a man's neck being slashed. Court records say it happened on October 11th at a Wahpeton apartment when two people were playing a drinking-style game. Officials say during that game, 31-year-old Byron Van took a knife and cut a man's throat. That's when police claim Van ran from the apartment. He was later found in blood-covered clothes. The victim was taken to the hospital where he had to have surgery to fix the large cut in his neck. We went right from summer to winter, but it sounds like fall might be sneaking its way back in. Hutch is joining us now in your No Wait weather with a look ahead. Any concerns this evening, Hutch?
Melanie, this evening not so much, but overnight winter will return for some of us and certainly wet weather for all of us. A quick look around shows that we are still recovering from the snow that lashed the region. Devil's Lake and the Devil's Lake Basin, one of the hardest areas hit. That's where temperatures are coolest, upper 30s and low 40s there. Nearly 50 degrees in Fargo and in Sisseton, Grand Forks right now at 45. Here are the changes. Look at that swirling area of low pressure near Regina. It's causing rain in central North Dakota. That will be moving our way, and for some by morning, more flakes of snow. But for this evening, get out and enjoy. We'll be in the 30s for most of it. The wind will be light. We'll have an increase in cloud cover in both Grand Forks and Fargo. Coming up, I'll have details on this little weather hiccup, really, compared to this weekend's weather event. And plan out the rest of the week that is looking much nicer.
Hutch, we could really not use any more snow.
A break would be nice.
Yes, thank you.
You bet.
Police are still asking for your help tracking down a driver who they say led them on an 80-mile-an-hour chase through Grand Forks. It started last night along South Washington when an officer tried pulling someone over for making an improper turn. That's when police say the driver took off. The chase was eventually called off. The driver's car was found abandoned a few minutes later. A K-9 team was brought out but couldn't track down the driver. Anyone with information about the driver of a tan Chevy Tahoe is asked to call Grand Forks Police. One person is dead and a 4-year-old is seriously injured following a crash in Walker, Minnesota that happened over the weekend. Troopers say a 62-year-old man towing a passenger on a car dolly didn't stop at a stop sign and collided with another driver. The man was treated for non-life-threatening injuries, but the driver in the other car was thrown from the vehicle and died. A 4-year-old passenger also suffered serious injuries. Authorities in Richland County could have an arson case on their hands following a rash of car fires. The fires happened at Burger's Body and Glass just west of Wahpeton around 8:30 Saturday night. 3 junked cars were on fire when crews got there. Luckily, the fire was put out quickly. There were no injuries and nothing else was damaged other than the cars. A missing plane in South Dakota. That's exactly what search crews are on the hunt for at this hour. The pilot took off from Aberdeen last Sunday night around 10. The plane was heading for Oaks, North Dakota. It's a white single-engine Cessna 172 with light blue markings. Authorities believe the plane has an emergency locator beacon, but no signal has been detected.
Then the Civil Air Patrol volunteered to come in and assist us. They've been working the last couple of days with air coverage over the entire area, along with ground searches. Yesterday they did a ground search with like 90 people. After that, then today they're just pretty much keeping it to the air.
The search was suspended during the storm last week, but crews are now back at it. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of the kidnapping of then 13-year-old Jamie Kloss, who escaped 21-year-old Jake Patterson and was found 7 months later. Kloss was praised for her bravery and resilience at a news conference in Barron, Wisconsin today. The sheriff there also took time to acknowledge the death of her parents, who were killed in the home invasion before the suspect kidnapped Jamie. Awards were given out to 2 sheriff's detectives as well as an FBI special agent who were involved in the case.
It was 7 months start to finish. It was the longest running active Amber Alert in Wisconsin's history. It is the largest case at the Wisconsin State Crime Lab for pieces of evidence, almost 700 total.
Jake Patterson pleaded guilty to charges of 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide and 1 count of kidnapping earlier this year. As Congress returns from a 2-week break, President Trump's former advisor on Russia has come forward to testify in the House impeachment investigation. Fiona Hill is answering questions about a shadow foreign policy operation aimed at gathering dirt on Joe Biden. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Revealing another crack in the Trump administration's wall of defiance against the House impeachment inquiry, Fiona Hill walked into closed-door testimony today. President Trump's former top advisor on Russia and Ukraine brought in to tell lawmakers about an alleged shadow foreign policy in which the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, sidestepped official channels to gather dirt on Joe Biden and his son, Hunter.
They were basically working at cross purposes with official government policy, which was to oppose and root out corruption in Ukraine.
Hill sets the stage for testimony this Thursday from the ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland, whose appearance goes against White House wishes. In a text message exchange, Sondland denied a Ukrainian quid pro quo, military aid for investigating the Bidens. But NBC News has learned Sondland is prepared to testify that he didn't know the facts behind a denial that came directly from President Trump. Republican lawmakers backing up the president.
The typical diplomatic process that plays out when the hard-earned tax dollars of the American people are going to foreign governments.
President Trump keeping up his attacks, tweeting today about Hunter Biden's announcement he will step down from the board of a Chinese investment company, despite no evidence of wrongdoing.
No one has asserted my son did a single thing wrong. No one has asserted that I have done anything wrong except a lying president.
An escalating war of words as Congress returns to a ramping up impeachment inquiry.
House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff now says the whistleblower at the heart of the investigation may not testify over fears of protecting that person's identity as President Trump keeps calling for him or her to be unmasked. The Fargo Police Department now has a new place to call home as they're getting ready to move to their new location. They'll be moving their headquarters from 4th Street North in downtown Fargo to 25th Street North. Lobby hours will be from 8 in the morning to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and will be closed on weekends along with holidays. In preparation for the move, the downtown location will be closed Wednesday morning. Heavy rain and an early snowfall is making for some higher river levels, and that could lead to a record fall flood in Cass County. Officials with the county say the Cheyenne River at Harwood is expected to crest at 90 feet within the next several days. Later this week, the Cheyenne River at Kindred is expected to crest at 19 feet. Minor to moderate flooding on the Red River and Wild Rice River is also expected. You're urged to stay vigilant while traveling in areas with overland flooding. Also, some gravel roads have become soft due to the wet conditions that can cause you to get stuck in the road.